This is Sexy Funny Raw, the podcast with me, adult film star and comedian Sylvia Sage, here to discuss what you've only dared to ask Google. Undress, unzip, and unwind. The party starts now. And it is a party, you guys. Welcome back to another episode of Sexy Funny Raw. I am your host, Sylvia Sage, and I am joined by my very sexy co-host, Mr. Sterling Cooper. He joins us for another episode. Welcome back.
Thanks for having me again.
You're so welcome.
Sylvia.
I love having you here.
Aw.
And like I said last time, I love any time I get to have him. Let's find out a little bit about our co-host today. So Sterling came into our world in 2017 and has quickly become one of the hottest stars. You came up for Newcomer of the Year in 2017 and also hottest, what was it?
Foreign sex scene.
Foreign sex scene?
And that was my worst scene.
Why? Why do you say that?
It was so funny. Like, they cut the scene really, really well. Because, like, I absolutely hated...
Like, you didn't like the person?
We had, like, an argument on set.
Oh, I hate that.
And like, somebody woke me up when the AVN, like, Noms came out for, like, last year. And, like, I woke up to this text. They're like, hey, you've been nominated for, like, this and this. I'm like, oh, great. And I went and looked at the scene. I'm like, son of a bitch.
No. They
nominated that one?
I had that recently where I fought with the girl right before. But luckily our scene called for, like, a hate fuck anyway.
Great.
So it was like, it kind of worked out. But
works.
she's on my no list from here on out. But yeah, so this beautiful woman that I'm also just talking to, I have to bring her in because she's our guest for the day, Mrs. Rachel Cavalli. Hello.
Hey, what's up, first?
She is one of my favorite people in the adult industry. You've been in now for 3 years? Mm-hmm. Is that right? Yeah. We were actually with the same agency for a while, but not any longer. I just found out today. She's moved on to bigger and better things. But so Rachel, tell us, like, coming into the industry, what did you do prior to our industry?
You know what? I was a bartender, waitress, full-time mom.
Nice. I did the same thing. I was a bartender for 10 years on and off, all through.
Me too.
Yeah, really?
Yeah.
And then what was your turning point? What got you to do the jump?
I thought, I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah.
I don't want to wait on you people.
It's kind of ruthless.
Right.
Yeah.
So
I'm tired of being nice.
I made the theme for today's show, like, what it means to be a slut. Were you a slut, per se, before you got into porn, or do you feel like it was a big jump for you?
No. I was a slut.
Yeah, same. I felt the same way. Actually, I thought I said forever I was a slut, and then I got into the industry and I realized I was a huge prude before I got into porn. Right? I feel like I learned so much about sex and sexuality getting into it.
Same.
Wait, you were older as well when you got into the industry. How old were you when you got in?
32.
Oh, wow. See,
Yeah,
I was
32.
30 when I joined. So, yeah. And you still feel like you're learning
Every day.
Yeah, same.
For sure.
Just learning how to, like, maintain vagina health is it's a crazy struggle. Like,
the struggle's real.
I mean, you can Google it. When I first started out, it's disgusting, but I had, like, zits all over my ass. I had ingrowns hairs. Like, I just didn't know how to, like, maintain it. Like, you're like, I had hair in general.
I had hair, like, in my butthole, and then that, like, Kanye West song came out about bleaching your butthole, and I was like, what is going on here?
Wait, did you bleach your butthole?
No, I had no clue. I was like, do I have hair down there? And I was like,
well, yeah, for sure you do.
Had to get the mirror out.
Wait, so did you do a full, like, what are you? Are you waxed? Or
No,
are you
I just shaved.
shaved?
I'm lazy, yeah.
You're shaved.
Yeah.
No
Every now and
laser
then
hair
you might-
removal or anything like that. But you're blonde, so it's easy. See, blondes get away with everything. I don't have that luxury. Like, I had to get laser hair removal, and I still have to shave, and it's like a whole. But I've learned to maintain now, and, like, how it works to not get the crazy razor bumps and. Like, I feel like when I see a new girl and she has that, I'm always like, oh, sweetie, let me tell you, like, how to get rid of this and how to maintain it. Because it's embarrassing to, like, see those pictures come back and you think that they're going to put some sort of filter on it, and they do not filter that for
like
you.
Your ass has, like, herpes.
Yes, that's exactly it. Yeah, why would you do that to me? Yes. No, I agree. I agree.
Yeah.
Were you a slut? You got in?
Well, kind of, because I was a swinger.
Yeah.
So I suppose that kind of makes me a slut.
I'm just so impressed. We mentioned this on our last episode with Sterling. I'm so impressed that you were able, as a man, to come into the swinging world alone, because you always hear you have to be a couple or you have to be a single woman.
Like, it was because it was we did it through, like, a website. So, like, everyone had like a profile.
But
and you
yeah,
could, like,
but you were more cuckolding.
Yeah, I would, like. Well, I would.
That's how you entranced in.
Well,
right?
no, the way there was single women on this, like, swinging site as well. So I would, like, meet up with the single women.
And then
we'd
go to the party together.
And then we would go to a party together.
See, yeah. I knew it. I knew you had to be a couple.
But
then
I
I
did also, like, I was, like, the bull. For, like,
Okay.
for
Yeah.
couples to,
Which
like,
we learned last week. The bowl is the one who has sex with the wife, and the cuckold is the guy who sits and watches.
the husband who
Yes.
sits and watches patiently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you like those scenes? You love it?
I don't really get booked for that very much.
I
Yeah.
don't get booked for them either, but I sure do wish I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why?
Your
Just
eyes
because
just
of
lit
the,
up.
So I
the
can just, like,
voyeursy of it, or what is it?
everything.
Everything.
I like somebody watching anyways. I
Yeah.
think it's
Well,
See,
I think
I-
that's why we do porn, right?
One of
Yeah.
my favorite fantasies is cuck queening.
What?
It's the reverse. It's like where
Oh.
it's where the dude.
Wow,
Dude.
learning new things
Yeah.
here. Yeah,
That's
I
where
don't
the
know
dude
anything about
fucks,
this.
Like, say, like you're my wife.
Yeah.
I bang her in front of you, and like we degrade you.
She's like, hold on.
Wait,
wait a
what?
second.
Like, I am.
It all sounded fun until it wasn't.
Yeah, I'm like, I am.
She's like,
Wait, I'm not into this. So
Well,
you
because
talk.
in cuckolding scenes, how like
Right.
the wife is normally like,
So you would
you
say-
little dick
Yeah.
fucker. His dick's so much bigger than you and
She could
stuff.
fuck me like this.
Yeah, it's like the
Yeah,
with
so you
cuck
would say
queening,
like, you got a big pussy and it smells bad. Like, what do you
You wouldn't say
say?
that. You wouldn't say that. You'd be like, look how I can suck dick. I can suck dick better than your wife can, or something like that. You know.
Gotcha.
You might not get. You don't get so specific.
I was like,
You said cuck queening, and I was like, that's in my community. No,
Different queen.
different queen, girl.
Different queen.
That see, I'm learning new things all the
Right?
time. That is a new lesson
Yeah.
learned
It's
right
hot.
there.
It's really hot.
Yeah.
Go onto Reddit and look for like cuck queening.
cuck queening.
Yeah, it's like
That's
I
the
think-
first time I've
but
heard of
queen-
it.
Yeah, I've never heard
they,
of that
they
term
spell
either.
the queen differently. It's like Quean for some reason. I don't know why.
Interesting.
Yeah, but
All
it's
right.
really
So
hot.
now we know that Rachel's totally into cuckolding. What are you not into? What are your no's?
I am not into slapping nor
Same.
starving myself to give you my asshole. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
gonna be very special when I do.
Well, wait, you don't do anal at all?
No.
Oh my God. Okay, I thought
I
you
can
just
hold
meant
it
you're not
off.
down for starving yourself. I still eat,
s-
but I
yeah.
do anal because I
Yeah.
love it. But I still eat before.
Yeah.
You don't want it at all? No interest?
I mean, I do eventually, but it's gonna be like super special. Like people have no clue.
Wait,
have you
are
tried it in your
I
personal
was going
life?
to say,
Mhm.
yeah.
A couple times, yeah, a few times.
And
Do
you like
do
it?
enjoy it?
Yeah, yeah. If you know everything checks out,
Right.
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Just do it with the lights
Like,
off.
What
and
do you
on a
mean that
towel.
it's going to be special? Are you like going to light candles and like have this? What does that mean?
I want to pick my talent. I
gonna
want
be
to
a
Oh,
pick
for
my company,
sure.
like everything.
For
you know what I
sure.
mean? Like it's gonna be like.
Who do you want your talent to be?
I'm not sure yet.
Okay.
See, I haven't found the right.
But can I just give you a heads up? They
Yeah.
need to be uncircumcised.
I've heard that.
Yeah,
I've heard
that's
that.
the best
I
way
could
to
see
go.
that
Really?
because it would be like
Yeah.
soft. I think like
Yep.
going in, right?
Yeah,
And,
it's
like,
easier on the entrance because if they're circumcised, you get that pop of the head, and the head
Huh.
kind of like gives a like a pull to it. So especially with people
see
like
that.
you with your giant penises trying to shove it into little tiny spaces.
That's the best part.
Okay, just
When
saying.
that little-
That
Well,
pop. I
you're
like the
on
pop.
my no list for
Yeah.
my anal scene, just so that we know.
Fuck
we're
you,
not-
Yeah. Wait, do you have a no list? What's your nose?
Yeah, I've got a no list.
What is it?
She said, "What's your no list?"
What? Just
I'm not
so
gonna
I
tell you
know.
who's. I'm not gonna tell you who's.
No,
on my
I don't
no
want to
list.
know your people. Do you
Oh.
have things
Yeah, scratching and biting. I don't.
Oh, you
I
don't
don't.
do
I don't like.
scratching and
I
biting.
don't like pain
on you?
on me.
Got
I'm
it.
happy to beat you up, but I don't like getting pain on me.
I say no
Noted.
slapping as well. Like I don't like.
I
I
don't
don't
like-
want you to hit me in the face ever.
It like weirds me out.
I also
Mm.
don't like people talking. I don't like
Degrading.
degrading language. I don't
Yeah.
like it either.
Your badge smells.
I don't like that at all. No, I just like I want porn to be like hot and just
What
I
about
want
being-
everybody to enjoy sexy
Yeah.
and
Okay,
everybody
but,
enjoying
but
themselves.
if someone called you like a slut, is that degrading?
If you say like I'm your little slut,
Yeah.
that's a different thing.
Okay.
Being like other than being like you dirty fucking whore, like
What about
okay,
if you- what if-
whoa.
what if you're like-
hold on,
What if you're a sexy whore?
that's better. I
Okay.
could do
Yeah.
sexy
Okay.
whore.
Yeah,
it's just a
that's good.
matter. I
Okay.
guess it's how you mean it. I guess it's
The way you say
intent
it.
the way you
behind the
say
word.
it. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so we do have a word of the day, you guys. And once again, this was the same thing with last episode. I thought I knew the meaning of this word, and then it turns out I didn't. Okay, so I'm going to tell you the word and see if you
Oh,
know.
This is fun.
Truffle butter. Magical truffle butter.
Truffle butter.
I absolutely love sounds. They're
That's
so
Kurt's
good.
favorite part
Kurt
of the
is
whole
like-
episode.
I
I know. I'm so happy about it.
Nails
Kurt.
it every
Thank
time.
you so much. Do you know what it is? Do you think you know what it is?
I don't know what it is, but can I have a guess?
Yes, of course.
I'm gonna guess it's something to do with like an anal cream
Yes,
pie.
that's exactly what I was gonna say.
Okay.
Effluvia
No.
coming out of a
Anal.
butthole. That's what I'm thinking.
It definitely
Truffling.
is. It definitely is the flu coming out of a butthole. So it's the extra little like the brownness. It's like that comes out like on some anal. I guess.
See, everything didn't check out. Okay.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
but
saying?
they said when I googled it, they said so it's that truffle butter going from penis to vagina. That's what they called it. So it's not necessarily even just the chocolatey remnants on the penis, but it's the exit, it's the entrance back into the pussy. Which, if you all know, you can only do once because then you have an infection. But so that's what they called truffle butter, was the extraction of from anal into the
This
pussy.
is new to me.
Yeah.
That is, yeah. I don't know when you would ever use that in a sentence.
Right?
Like-
Well, you can write a
truffle butter
song
me.
about it. Yeah.
Don't truffle butter
But
me.
I think
Wipe your
now-
dick off before you give me that truffle butter.
Alexander, do you, in the gay community, it is just called truffle butter, just the butter around the asshole, right?
I've never heard this. I thought you were talking about like the barefoot Contessa.
Oh,
the
you didn't
cooking.
know either?
No clue.
See, I thought
Today's
it,
candle scent is truffle butter.
yeah, I thought it was more relevant in the gay community.
No, I'm horrified right now. I don't even want to have toast anymore now.
But you know that little jam, you know that
Oh,
little
God,
secret
stop.
thing
I
we're
can't.
talking about? All right, that's the word of the day.
Never, ever.
Well, now we all learned.
Jesus.
And that's truffle butter. Truffles are so expensive. You would think that they
That's
would.
what
yeah.
Make that
You think it would bring
That
more
jump.
class?
Yeah. Yeah, but
to
it
the
doesn't.
situation.
It doesn't. It classes the situation down a few.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Now
I'll
we
bring
know.
the truffle butter.
Yeah. Yeah. So other than truffle butter, what are some things in the industry that have surprised you? We all had surprises coming in.
Do you know
There's
my
so
first
much
scene?
to learn.
my first scene, it was that time of the month, and that's
Oh.
when I discovered
And you had
sponges.
to Yes,
Yeah.
tell people about the sponges because they
Yeah.
don't know what that means.
They made me stuff a sponge inside of me.
Yeah, they're like the little makeup
Dry
sponges.
everything
the
up.
little square ones.
Yes.
The little triangle ones is the ones that
Yeah.
you use. And yeah, if you're bleeding, you just pop one up there, and that way it stops the blood from coming out, and you can still do your scene.
Right.
I've heard sea sponges are
And
better.
good luck after.
I was gonna say,
getting
but
it
here's the
out.
problem: is getting him out
Then
because
you're like,
yeah,
I've had to get my hand up my co-star to get.
I've had to have
sponge
help.
that's
out.
what happened.
I've had to have help many
My
a
agent
times.
had
Yeah.
to help.
Your agent had to get in there and get it.
get it out.
Holy shit.
That's a good agent.
Yeah, I mean, you could die. You
Yeah.
could die if it stays
get,
up
like, a
inside
really
of
bad
you.
infection.
Yeah, for
I mean,
sure.
have you, let's be honest. Have you forgot about it?
I forgot about a tampon. This is way before the industry.
worst. How
do you-
This, nope.
Get it
It happened, and I'll tell you exactly how, because I was drunk
Exactly.
and I had sex with a stranger, and I totally forgot I had a tampon in, and it was like
Oh my
so
God.
like hot and
so
like
horny,
crazy
so like
that we
wanted it
just
so bad,
fucked.
you forgot about it, right?
Totally forgot I had a tampon, and he fucked it up inside me, and then I totally forgot, and like a week later I had this awful smell,
I'm
and
so
I
glad
was
I'm
like.
not the only one with this.
And I was like, am I dying? Like, what is, I was like, I have some sort of thing. And this is way before porn. So I was so mortified to even tell anybody that I was like trying to get over the counter stuff. And I was trying to do everything. And then finally I had to go to a doctor because it was like 10 days in and I couldn't even pull my pants down. My vagina smelled so bad. Like I couldn't use a public restroom. And so finally I had to go to a doctor, and he's down there. And first off, the first thing he says is he opens my legs and he goes, well, we certainly have an odor. And I was like, yeah, I'm aware. Like he was like physically taken back by the odor
That was
from
his
my
last
vagina.
day as a doctor.
Yeah.
He quit right after.
He was like, woof, like just hit with my vagina juice. And he's in there inspecting, and he just goes, when was the last time you were on your period? And I said, oh my God, probably, like I had to think about it. I was like, a week, maybe 2 weeks ago. Like, I don't know. And he was like, well, here's your problem. And then like pulls out this like brown tampon. And I was so mortified, but at least I knew I wasn't going to die and my vagina wasn't rotting out. So,
How old were you?
oh, I was in my mid 20s, like probably like 26, 27,
God, this is
28.
great.
So around there. I'm just saying, you could die, or you'll die of embarrassment from the smell that's coming out of your vagina. Vaginas are so hard. I say it every episode. You have no idea how hard it is to have a
Sucks.
vagina.
Sucks
They're
so
the
bad.
roughest.
It sucks.
They're so bad. I get crazy like yeast infection. I don't
do
get
too.
UTIs as much, but the yeast infections are like anytime I'm with a new man, like it just destroys me.
I have a knack for bringing on girls' periods. For some reason.
It's because your dick is too big. And
right?
No, this is before I've even put my dick in there.
Oh no!
Like it's so weird. Like I have,
like your aura brings blood.
Yeah, I just bring out the blood.
Happy Halloween.
No, because seriously, like half of the scenes I do, I rock up to set.
Rachel's never gonna fuck you again. By the way.
Unfortunately, which is a goddamn shame. Because you're beautiful.
I'm like, stop, you're ruining me.
But half the time I shoot, I rock up to set, and the girl is like, "Oh, sorry to tell you this, but I just started having my period, and it's always early." But it's fucking rock up and bam, you got a period. So I have to fuck into sponges all the time.
Oh, what an awful thing to do!
They suck.
Oh
It's
my
like
God.
it's like having someone like rubbing.
That's what I
like,
heard.
rubbing your
Oh,
purse
really?
against the
Yeah,
top of your
it's
dick.
like-
It's fucking.
Oh, I didn't
not
know
comfortable.
that.
It is not a
Yeah,
comfortable
that's what I
feeling.
heard.
Oh,
too.
that's good to know.
Yeah, they suck.
See, again, I just learned something. I didn't know it hurt you guys. I figured it was just spongy.
Nah.
I did too. It feels
Yeah.
soft.
Nah.
Right.
I mean,
I
depends.
can't even
That's
feel
what
it.
The problem is.
Depends what you use, but it also it dries it up. It makes it dry as hell.
It does do that.
Oh,
Totally.
yeah.
But some girls, here's the trick: is you put like silicone lube onto the sponge before you put it in you.
Oh, that's an idea.
Then when my dick pokes it,
That's nice.
it's like bloop, a little bit of
Be ready for
silicone.
the
well, now
infection
that I know,
medicine.
yeah, I was gonna say, yeah. Now I know I'll try to do better. Honestly, I don't have a period anymore, so I don't have to worry
Really?
about it.
Oh,
My birth
suck.
control stops it, unless I forget my birth control and then I bleed again. So
You forgot a tampon. You don't think you're going to forget your
I
birth control?
know, I know. Trust me, I was a shit show in my 20s. You don't even want to know that person. You don't want to know that person. I thought this said something other than it did, and I thought we were going to relate into it, but okay, never mind. How are male porn stars treated in the straight genre? How do you feel? Do you feel like you guys are treated well?
I feel like cattle.
Do you feel like cattle? Do you do
A lot of the time.
blowbangs? Do you do blowbangs?
Yeah, not anymore. I did a
I
couple when I
heard
first
that
came out.
makes the guys feel like less
That's
than.
I feel
blowbangs are like
I'm milking a cow.
I
when do
hate
fucking
blowbangs. Hate them.
blowbangs are the worst thing ever. Here's why. There's multiple reasons why they're the worst thing ever. So like, there's only
What's a
Please tell
blowbang
us.
a
first?
blowbang is like
All these dicks, and you're
Yeah.
just like,
like a gangbang,
Right,
but it's only
like
a
you're
blowjob.
milking a cow.
That's like West Hollywood at lunchtime. Like, what's the problem?
but everybody feels left out at some point.
Well,
you know,
so like you got to share one mouth
Yeah.
between like 13 dudes
13.
or whatever,
Yeah.
however many is in the room.
Jesus.
You know, I think the biggest one I did was 13.
That girl's got to be on a rolly chair, just like going from like place to place. Like, how is she getting to all these dicks?
Well, the thing is, like, so you have to form this like, because the camera's like here in front of the girl, right?
Yeah.
So you have to form like an
Line.
orderly
Yeah.
queue behind her, so you're just staring at man ass all day, and then you don't like you
Again, I fail to see the problem here.
I know. Alexander's like, how do I get in with the blowback?
Sign me up.
Okay.
I don't mind gangbangs because at least there's a couple of holes to go
Yeah,
around.
right,
You
right,
can
right,
share,
right.
you know.
See, gangbangs bother me because there are so many holes and there's so much fluid. I can't handle all the fluid. Oh,
But
so
yeah,
much.
blowbangs
This is so
suck.
great.
How many dicks have you had in a blowbang?
10.
You've done 10?
10, and they told me that it would have been like a record number time of making them come if it wasn't for the new guy. He fucked
Oh,
everything up.
who was
Like,
it for?
Azani?
Azani.
Yeah.
Was it when they
Oh.
had the whole
Yes.
Like glory hole things.
glory holes? I did
Yeah.
one for them
Yes.
too. I can't remember how many guys it was, but yeah, it was.
Yeah.
That's a lot,
Right?
But that's better
And I had to
because
swallow it.
I don't remember if I swallowed or not.
Hot.
I can't remember.
I don't know if
Oh,
I'm
Just looking at her face when she says it, I'm like, oh my god, I'm getting excited.
No, but theirs is easier because they have it set up. I don't know if you had the same setup where it's two walls. Is that the
Yes,
setup you
yes.
had? And so there's a dick in a hole and then a dick in the hole. So you
Yeah,
get
so you
this
can,
one
like,
off
alternate.
and they bring in new
If
dicks.
you get bored,
Yeah.
try
If
different
this one's not
flavor.
working.
Yeah, but it's different on a regular blowbang because they have all the dicks are there at the same time. It's
Yeah.
not through the wall. But yeah, I've done that one. I don't remember how many guys it was, but yeah. And then I did another 4-person one, and I was like, it's a lot.
It is a lot.
It's a lot to do. How many have you done orgies yet? Have you done?
No. I have
Do you
not
want
done
to?
orgy. I want to, but then everybody keeps scaring me with all the bodily fluids. I
Yes.
guess. And then I started thinking about it, and I was like,
It's a lot, girl. I feel like they need to pay me at least extra per person. Do you know what I'm saying? Because you make the same amount for that scene as you do for like a regular scene. Yeah.
Really?
Well, like slightly more, but it's
What?
not enough. it's not enough for me to be taking on the extra risk. I feel like because every time, I mean, even though we're all tested, every time any one of us has sex, there's always a risk because there's always a risk that something didn't show up, somebody did something outside and it brought it in, you know. So I'm like, anytime there's an extra penis or an extra person, I'm like, I feel like I should just get paid so much more. I just don't want to do them. I just don't want to do them. They're not for me. You know, there is to each thing.
Right.
Yeah. Have you done DPs?
Yeah.
With another guy? Obviously.
Is it hard
not with like a dildo. No, I did DP. I did DPs like
long before.
I did DPs when I was a swinger.
In your regular life.
Yeah, so like not a big deal for me.
You don't mind that the other guy's right there and your dicks are sliding into
I'm
each
not
other.
like the thing. Like people ask that question all the time. Is like, isn't it gay when you have like your dick against another dude's dick? I mean, I guess you could call it gay, but like I'm not concentrating on the feeling of his dick. I'm concentrating on the look on her face.
Okay.
Because she's getting off on this.
Yeah.
Like that's what keeps me there.
Yeah.
Is like knowing that it's getting her off.
Yeah, and it is. Do you don't do anal, so you haven't done a DP.
Do you do double vag?
I have only got to do it once, and it was fucking amazing.
I've never done that.
And it was just by random. It was like a foursome, and like
it just slipped in.
Yeah, and I was like, yes.
I just gotta know. Like, do you feel like? What is the feeling? Is it just you feel stretched out, or what?
I don't know if it's that, or if it's just like
who were your two guys?
A texture thing, I think. Or
oh, really?
Like friction and stuff and everything rubbing.
Interesting.
Like, it's just really good feeling.
Were your guys big guys?
No, that was the problem. So one was really big and the other one wasn't as big. So it was kind of hard because he kept slipping out. Oh. So I was like, I was getting frustrated. But
get back in there.
Get in my pussy. Like, yes.
That's what I struggle with DPs is like
staying.
Yeah.
Because I'm normally on the bottom.
Got you.
And it's like the girl tends like a lot of the girls don't realize they're running away. Mm-hmm. Like they tend to because it's a lot to take at the same time.
Yeah.
But a lot of girls will tend to like run off the dick. They like run away from the dick at the same time. So like if I'm on the bottom, it can slip out if she's running away. So if I'm on the bottom, I've got to like fucking hold the girl in place and force her down so she doesn't like. Because their instinct is to like back up a bit.
Okay, so you just went one up on my checklist over here for you.
I'm just gonna hold it down.
You can come back now.
You can come back.
God damn it! I really want to fuck Rachel again.
We're all gonna do this. We're gonna create a threesome scene here.
Definitely.
Yeah, I'm into
it. It'd be
it.
super hot.
Look, anyone watching this at home, this is how easy it is to get laid as a porn star.
It really is.
It is so fucking easy.
All you have to do is like the person, and you're like, "Do you want to have sex?"
You're just like,
"Yeah, I do."
No, but how funny is it like that? Like everyone is like, "Let's shoot." The phrase "let's shoot" content is just.
Yeah. Let's fuck.
It's just like let's hook up.
Right.
If we're honest.
But on camera and make money off of it.
Which is totally fine.
Yeah.
But it's like if someone came up to you in the street was like, "Hey, want to shoot content not in the industry?" You'd be like, "Fuck off."
Okay, that is very true. And you know what? Actually, I even tell people to fuck off if I haven't had sex with them on camera already. If somebody comes to me for content, well, with the exception of one person who I recently said yes to, but
special.
Yeah, only because he was drop dead gorgeous. But I usually say no,
right?
Because I don't like to fuck him for free the first time.
I'm the same way.
You know, I'm like,
so I put it off and off. I'm like, well, I'm really busy this week.
Same.
Well, I'm booked this week. I'm totally booked. I'm sorry. You know what? Maybe next month.
Yeah.
And hopefully
maybe we'll get booked in a scene together. Yeah, because also I don't want our first time hanging out to be free sex. I don't even know if I'm gonna like you. I don't know if our chemistry is gonna be there. You know, and then I'm just fucking you
really
randomly.
Look like your picture?
Right, 100%. Yeah, it can get weird, but yeah, it does come into that. But we're gonna make this happen.
Right.
All right. Moving along. So I actually have a question for you. I hope we can talk about this because I didn't ask you first.
Well,
that your personal
is it written in here somewhere?
No,
Can I read it?
Personal life.
Can
I talk about your personal relationship life?
No.
Okay, we won't then.
No.
All right.
Okay.
Moving
on.
Sorry.
No.
Quickly.
Do either one of you have any plans to direct? Yes. Have you or?
Well, I want to.
Okay.
I want to direct for somebody else, but I've been directing my own stuff and producing my own stuff recently.
Yeah. Well, that is even more of a reason for us to get together and shoot this content.
Right? Yes.
And you can direct us in your debut.
I'll have the scene ready.
What
I'll send like costumes and everything.
So you have
I have a Catholic priest outfit we can use.
Oh, that's hot.
I saw your Instagram.
I used that costume about 3 times in the space of a month. I just kept getting asked to be a priest.
Oh my gosh. And you have a nun outfit, don't you?
I do. Ooh. I totally do. Yeah.
Oh, we're so
Let's do
doing
it. I love the religious aspect in it because I think religion is like the one thing that is like so taboo for sex.
But you know what? You never see any Jewish porn or
do you want to do some
Muslim
Jewish
porn.
stuff?
You don't see anyone taking a piss out of.
I got the nose for it. I'm down.
You and me both.
You're in like Flynn, for sure.
All right, we're making Jewish
All right, we went to
porn.
Jewish scratch cabinet.
Mazel tov.
Rachel and Sterling, both of you, what do you think has been the biggest misconception about porn? What do you think what do you think you thought coming into it was going to be that it wasn't?
That everyone would.
It wasn't?
I thought you get this bad, the first time you get into it, at least as a guy, you kind of have this assumption that every girl who shoots porn is super horny, which is not the fucking case at all.
Yeah, that's definitely not the case.
Not the case.
Definitely not.
Half the girls don't want to be there.
Yeah, 100%. I do agree with that. I want to be there most days. I will say that. I love my job 95% of the time.
Me too.
There's a few days where I'm like, let's just.
It also depends upon the you can't have chemistry with everybody.
No, 100%.
So that's.
This is true.
And then you just put them on your no list, and then you don't ever have to work with them.
Well, I don't do that. I didn't do that.
I only have one person on my no list.
Really?
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
Well, actually 2, but
males, females.
Male.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Mine's a guy as well.
Yours is a guy?
Yeah, it's because he was a dick.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he was just a cunt to me on set, so I was like, fuck that guy.
Yeah. Never working with him.
Don't want to work with him again. So.
Good. Mine are both girls. Okay.
Oh,
yeah. How did you come up with your name, Rachel? Because we all struggle to find this perfect porn name.
So my real name's Rachel.
Okay. She was like, I'm going to keep it simple.
Creative.
Right? And then a friend of mine that used to be a big time director, he threw out a handful of names, and I was like, you know what? I think I like that.
Nice.
Let's rock with that one.
Yeah.
Now the spelling is different than my real name. My real name's EL, but they had bought my website for me, and it was AEL. And then I went in my social media, I was trying to do EL with everything, and everything was taken. So I was like, you know what? We'll just rock the AEL. It's all Rachel. Who cares? I'll take all of them.
Yeah.
I'll be Rachel.
Yeah. I love it. That's no confusion when somebody's yelling out your name in the middle of somewhere. Yeah. I do get to that. Yeah. Yeah.
That gets so annoying when not annoying anymore, but I get called Sterling.
Yeah.
More than I get called my real name now.
Oh, for sure. I get called Sylvia.
Well, because I'm working all the time. So it's like all the people that I know are in the industry out here. So there's a handful of people outside the industry that I hang out with in LA who's use my real name.
This is true.
So it's I feel like I've become
Sterling
now.
You
know
are.
What I mean?
It's okay. That's how I feel about it too. I would love to be Sylvia.
Right.
My other person didn't do anything with her life, so Sylvia's doing great things. That's who I want to be.
That other person lost a fucking tampon in her pussy for a week.
That's true. She was a shit show. This person is killing the game compared to
She was a truffle butter show.
Yeah. I had zits on my ass. It was a whole 9 yards. Yeah. All right, guys. We do a section on this show, and it's talking about the last thing that you Googled sexually or having anything to do with sex, having anything to do with your body. Last time on our last episode, I talked about how I accidentally burnt my vagina chemically when I was in Amsterdam.
Oh, please do tell, so I don't ever do that.
Yeah. Okay. I did repeat it last time. I repeated on our last show, but I'm going to tell you just so you know, because I feel like all women need to hear this as a warning. So
my God,
I get yeast infections like a crazy person, with alcohol. I just get them. So I'd been drinking an excessive amount, and I got to Amsterdam. I had this yeast infection. I was like, I got to get rid of this. And so I had Googled that you could put tea tree oil on a tampon and soak it in water and then put it up your vagina. Well, I didn't have a tampon because I don't have a period anymore. So I was like, oh, well, I could just put it on my finger and then I'll just slide it into my vagina, right? Worst idea ever. I literally lit my inside of my vagina on fire. Oh my God.
I bet that shit.
I thought I was going to have to go to the emergency room. I'm not lying to you. My buddy was in the hotel room with me and he was in the bathroom and I'm I was trying to act cool. I was like, oh, it's just a little tingle. It's just a little tingle. And then I was like, oh my God, it's getting worse. It's getting worse. And then finally I went to the bathroom door. I was like, Eric, I was like, I need in the bathroom. He was like, what? I was like, my vagina is on fire. And we had all the towels because we didn't allow room service in because we had all these drugs. And so, so I had all these towels in the bathtub and I'm pulling towels out of the bathtub so I can get in there and run water up my vagina. So don't put tea tree oil
God.
in your vagina. Is a
Poor
lesson
thing.
that
I can imagine you going to the doctor there, and it's
Yeah.
that same doctor from years. He's like,
Oh my
I went to
God.
Amsterdam to get away from you, and here you are.
Quit doing things to your vagina.
Well, at least their vagina would have smelt nicer.
yeah.
yeah,
Actually, I don't like the smell of tea tree oil, to be honest with
Really?
you. No,
Oh,
I
I
don't
love
like
it.
the way
I
it
do
smells.
too.
I love it.
But yeah, so that was the last thing I Googled was first off how to get rid of a yeast
Oh, you
infection
poor
home,
thing.
and then how to get the tea tree oil out of my vagina, which isn't a Googleable thing because apparently I'm the only idiot who's done that. But what you need to do is just flush it with water. That's the lesson I learned. So yeah, that was it for me. But I'm constantly Googling things about sex. I'm constantly
too.
learning new things about sex, and I'm learning new things about my body. Like, porn has taught me so much, including like self-image in general, and like how I do want to present myself to the world. You had something good last time. Can you think of anything new that you have for us?
I probably just Google myself more often.
You
than
Google
not.
yourself a lot.
Yeah.
I think we all do. It's a little bit of narcissism that lives.
But I'm
in
not.
us.
But I'm also doing it on like Pornhub
Oh, are you?
to see
To get
what-
your
He's, like,
ranking
doing
up?
numbers.
Well, just-
yeah.
well,
It's like doing numbers over
one
here.
at a time.
Yeah.
Ain't gonna do much, but like just to see what new scenes of mine have come out.
Oh, okay.
You know.
You know what's
And then looking at the comments on Pornhub.
You
are some of
read
the,
the
Worse. I do
comments?
sometimes.
the comments on Pornhub are some of the
Terrible.
funniest shit you'll ever see in your life.
I don't read them. I don't want to know.
Well, I don't mind someone
Yours are
taking the
great,
piss out of
so
me.
Really?
Yeah, yours are really good, especially that one video
I've checked.
that we all talk
Yeah,
about. The whole
yeah,
world.
yeah, yeah.
Wait, what one video is that?
It's called Lost Weekend or Mother Son Lost Weekend or something like that. But
Okay.
it's like me having sex with my actual son, and I like convince him to have sex with me like drunkenly. Yeah, it's a huge
Nice.
hit all over the world, and
Well.
I'm a really good rapey mom. A really good
Well,
rapey mom.
good on you. I
Yeah.
keep getting cast as like
I
the
love
dad, like for like dudes who are the same age as me.
Yeah,
So
no.
like fucking Small Hands and Robbie Echo. I've played
They're
their dads, and we're all the
Really?
same fucking age.
Yeah.
I'm like, I gotta start moisturizing or something. 'Cause I look fucking older than I am.
I've played mom to people who are older than me too. You play a MILF all the time
All the
too.
time. That's like pretty much it.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
came in playing MILF.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same with me.
It doesn't bother me though.
Doesn't bother me either.
I don't know why.
Well, it doesn't bother me, but I'd like to fuck someone my own age occasionally.
You're right.
Yeah.
I work better with MILFs, but I get cast with teenies.
Yeah,
So
all the
it's like-
I've
time.
heard that too.
You
Yeah.
get cast with young kids too. You barely ever do anything other than mommy stuff, unless by the odd chance that moms get to fuck, and then
Right.
we have like
and then
yeah.
something crazy happens.
Why can't we just have sex with someone
I
that
don't
we
know.
I
like?
have said this
you
for
know?
so long. Why we don't get to have it? Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah.
Hang on.
I'm like, I don't
But there's
know.
Right.
the back to the real quickly on the
Yeah.
comments, rereading comments and stuff. There's one guy who comments on all my Naughty America videos who fucking hates me.
Oh no!
And he, every time a video, it's funny as hell because every time a video comes out, he's like, great, it's like great scene, except for that guy's overacting. He ruined it.
Oh my
It's like he can't masturbate
God.
because I'm overacting,
Oh wow.
but he does it for every scene I do.
Oh,
So he's just
wow.
like, oh man, I wish you'd stop overacting. It ruins it for me.
Oh no!
They say the same thing about Morgan Freeman. It's
Just-
fine.
Just skip through to the part where we fuck.
and put you on mute. That's how everyone watches their porn anyway. All right, guys, we're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back. This is Sexy Funny Raw, the podcast with me, adult film star and comedian Sylvia Sage, here to discuss what you've only dared to ask Google. Undress, unzip, and unwind. The party starts now.
She's so
Right.
good.
She's
We're
great.
back. We're back. We're
Oh,
back,
that
you
was
guys.
fast.
We're back. I know,
Already?
it's a quick break.
Holy cow.
I know. That's how I like to move. We like to keep it moving around here. Okay, so when we did go to a break, my producer did bring up a good point. So Rachel, how is it for you coming from working for other people and now having your own company?
Trying to pick talent
Yeah.
to like.
Well,
you know,
we're
some-
right here.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. My next scene.
Yeah.
I don't have to worry about that.
You
That's
find
awesome.
that booking talent is monstrously harder than you could have ever
Well, you
imagined.
got to pay
right?
them. So then
Mm,
you got to
Yeah.
pick and choose.
Damn, we're gonna pay people.
I never really
Yeah.
realized how that worked. You know, you always wondered like, why haven't these motherfuckers booked me yet? But now I'm like, oh, I get it.
yeah.
Like now you have to really like, you know,
So is it like the budgeting that you find hard? Okay.
because the people you want to get
Or
you
higher
know,
rates.
obviously they're going to be higher.
Yeah.
Yes, and then you got to go back through your DMs and be like, okay, who wanted to shoot content? Like, how can I trick you? I'm just playing. But I mean, it's true. And just like organizing, you know, you have to organize a spot. You have to do.
Right. And you're doing all the
I'm
paperwork
doing
and everything.
right now by myself.
Oh
by
my
the
God,
way.
that's
I'm
terrifying.
freaking out. It's like my banker the other day was like, "You're gonna be my best friend."
Oh,
Like like, it's okay. You're gonna give us okay.
That is
Can I have your card?
terrifying.
Yeah, seriously, it's rough.
It's rough.
It's a
I
rough
just
start.
see the stress on your
My
face over
camera
there.
guy, like my main camera guy, is in Florida, so
Oh,
it's
man.
like even, but it is what it is. It's fun. It's the journey,
Yeah. Good
So-
for you. That's so
Yeah, I'm
amazing.
excited.
You should be.
Mm-hmm.
And if, yeah, go ahead.
Do you get any weird energy? It's like, oh, an actress now, she's going to have her own company. Is there any kickback to that? Like, oh, well, let's see what she can do. Like when like a dancer decides to be an actress and
Yeah.
reverse, and is there anything
No,
weird like
not
that?
yet. But I've been thinking like that too. Like I figure there's going to be
A little
for
backlash.
sure. I'm sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. For
I
sure.
feel like we had Joanna Angel on here a few weeks ago, and I feel like for her it was the reverse because she went from owning her own company to selling Burning Angel, and now just
Oh,
being
really?
yeah, and
I
now
didn't
just
know
being
that.
talent again.
Oh,
So
wow.
she's like trying to relearn all new things of like how to let it go, you know.
Mm.
So
Joanna's one of the hardest working people in this industry. She's
oh,
just-
absolutely.
she's pretty dope.
She's
Yeah.
amazing.
No, I feel like there's a lot of really hardworking people in
There
our
is,
industry,
there
though. I feel like we get a bad rap all
I
the
hate those
time.
guys that too.
Yeah, and there are people who are crap in our industry, but that's
Yeah.
any
Any
industry.
industry,
And
for
I feel like
sure.
I've met such an empowering group of people being in our industry and such badass women who are owning their own fucking
Independent, and so,
companies, you
yeah,
know, like
for sure.
and just doing their thing. Like these are headstrong people. I don't feel like people think that when you work in porn that you got in because you had no other options, and
Yeah.
I don't ever feel like that.
Ever.
You know?
No.
Do you feel like people are like slut shaming you? Do you feel like you catch that?
I don't get much of that.
You don't?
No.
I think
And
it's
don't know
because
if
when
it's
you
because,
own
like,
your
it.
sexuality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't really.
You
hurt-
take it
yeah.
away from them.
Mm-hmm. So
Yeah.
they don't get like a thrill out of picking.
Right.
know?
And we're laughing all the way to the bank. Right. You know? So
Like I've never understood that. I never really understood the dudes who like have a go at a woman for like fucking around, but at
Right.
the same time they want to fuck her.
Yeah.
right.
Like
Exactly.
That
Imagine-
it's
somehow
some fucked up like mental gymnastics you have to
Yeah.
do to be
that
like
it somehow
But I think
takes
some
away
They get off on it, It's
Yeah.
like sometimes they get off on it and like.
trying to make you feel like
Yeah.
less than, and they're the only one who would ever want to fuck you, and no one else would ever want to love you because of what you did. Like
yeah.
being a sexual woman somehow takes away like your integrity or
Yeah.
something of that nature, you know. But my favorite thing is when I hear other women bash a sexually active woman and they're like, oh my god, her pussy must be wrecked, and I'm like, well then you obviously don't know how the vagina works because it's a muscle, so the more you use it the
Right.
tighter it gets. So
Isn't it? Like whenever you hear that like that old trope, like her
Right.
pussy must be worn out because
Correct.
she's fucking all these people.
Yeah.
Well, hang on, like what's the difference? Like if a chick has like 100 different sexual partners,
or just that one,
or like one like or her husband fucks her 100 days in a row, like
Right.
what's the fucking difference?
Yeah.
Right.
There isn't any,
right,
you know.
Yeah.
Except
No.
her husband's dick's probably smaller.
and less
Poor girl.
satisfying. Yeah, poor girl. Did you ever? Were you monogamous with partners?
You know what I was?
Yeah.
Yeah. My
I
father,
was too,
the
yeah.
father to my kids. I
Mhm.
was totally. I was like so faithful, and then I was like, now looking back, I'm like, what the fuck? Is it fucking high?
So you're not with the father of your children
No.
any longer.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
No.
Does
Single.
he? How does he feel about what you do? Does he
At
hold it against
first,
you?
Yes, at first
Yeah.
he did, but
Mm.
you know what? Now he sees, everything that
The
I'm
benefits.
doing, and the kids are happier, and he's just like, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, fuck it.
How's the rest of your family? Do they know?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And they're
Everyone knows.
accepting.
I was totally open.
Yeah,
Like,
same.
yeah, we're like so open. Like we take a shit with the door open.
Where are you from originally?
Indiana.
Indiana. Okay.
Corn to porn.
Corn to porn. I love it. How often do you go back to Indiana?
Oh, you know what? I haven't been back since June. Everybody's like, oh, that's not that long, but to me, it so is. 'Cause I
Yeah.
used to go back like every month. Every
Oh
other
my
month.
God.
Yeah. So I can't wait to go back.
How long have you
Thanksgiving
been
will be-
living full time in LA?
Now, almost 3 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
So if your family's good with it, your ex is good with
Mm-hmm.
it, when are you gonna tell your kids?
Oh, they know.
They do.
Oh, they know everything.
Oh wow.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
How
yeah,
did
yeah.
they handle that information?
It was rough at first. They,
Yeah.
I'm embarrassed. But then
Yeah.
now they're like, I'm like, you got to own it.
Yeah.
Because,
People are gonna say stuff,
Yeah,
and you want them to be
exactly.
prepared.
Anyways,
yeah.
That's exactly
Yeah.
right. Yeah,
Yeah.
They're gonna get shit at school for it.
The more you feed into it, then the more they're going to keep. And, they don't have any problems. So.
Yeah. Oh, that's amazing. I
Yeah.
absolutely love hearing that.
Yeah.
It always worries me when people tell me that their parents don't know or that they're hiding it from somebody. I'm
Right.
like, how that must drive you insane. Like, I
It-
can't
I can't
imagine
even
keeping that
imagine.
secret.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. No, I can't imagine. I don't like to have any secrets. I'm so open
I am
with
the
everything
worst
that I
liar.
do. Same, yeah.
Worst liar. I feel so guilty. Like I'll stress about it so hard
Yeah.
after I've lied to you, and then I
It's
pretty
just
much
too
give
hard to
myself
keep
away.
it. Yeah, it's too hard to
terrible.
keep lies straight. You just got to be honest with people, even if they don't want to hear it.
Right.
Yeah, you
the way
do.
it is.
Absolutely.
Better that way.
So how can being slut shamed empower you? Like that, just
Yeah.
owning it.
I don't get slut shamed, so
Because you're a man.
Yeah,
I just get called an
You get-
overactor instead.
Yeah. But you get pats on the back for it.
Right.
That's so unfair.
It's so
I know.
unfair.
So unfair.
Like every guy is like, how do I become that porn star?
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of that, that
Yeah.
is probably the number one question porn stars get on a regular basis is how do I become a porn star? And I love that we all have different reactions because I despise those people. I just respond back with saying like, well, you don't start with messaging a porn star. But
Right.
Rachel gives another response that I think is hysterical.
Please send me your front and back pictures. Naked.
Rachel just wants to see your dick at
you
this
naked.
point. And what do you
Right.
say to him?
I don't really like. I used to if they just say like, because there's two different kinds of questions I get. It's like a dude will actually take the time, write any advice on how I might like pursue this career path.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then I'll take the time and reply.
Do
to
you
them.
really?
I will, yeah.
Aw.
Because I would have liked that if someone
You're so
was that
I
respectful to
know.
me. But then if the guy's like, then I get tons of DMs that are like, dude, get me into porn, or dude,
Yeah.
like, can you get me cast with this person? It's like you're trying to take from me, you know? Like, no, it's like it's the vibe, right? The vibe is like
way they
Yeah.
came
one
about
person
it.
is trying to be respectful of my time, and the other person is not trying to be respectful of my time.
Yeah.
So you're gonna get two completely different responses from me.
It's true.
Yeah.
You know?
I say just don't ask. That's what I say. Do
Leave
you
me
guys think
alone.
that we need to be talking to children about sex younger in schools and be I think we need to be
Yes.
more honest with
I
our
do
kids
too.
because what I learned in school from sex education was basically don't do it, and then I got shown all the diseases and what they were going to look like.
Yeah, your sex ed here in this country is really
What was it like in
seems really
Australia?
bad. Like, our sex ed's great.
Is it?
Yeah.
What does it consist of for you guys? When is
Well,
it
like
in
they
school?
explain what sex is. They explain how like what pregnancy is. They talk about what periods are. They talk about like STDs.
Do you
and
guys
stuff.
have? We had in 5th grade. They separate you between
Yeah.
boys and
Yeah.
girls.
We did it all together.
You did it all together.
All together,
Oh,
yeah.
see, that would have been nice because it would have
Yeah.
been nice to know what was going on with the boys. It would have
Yeah.
been nice to
Right.
know why their voices were changing. It would have been nice to know that they were getting boners. Like I didn't know
Right.
any of these things. I didn't know about.
No, we took it all together so that everyone knows what's going on.
I
Wow.
literally
Yeah.
cried when I had lost my virginity. I was
What?
like bleeding, sitting in the bed.
Oh,
like,
wow.
what is going on? And
Oh
the
my
guy was like, "It's okay. It's okay. It's
Really?
supposed to happen." I'm like,
because
so
you
you
had
didn't-
no
you
idea.
didn't learn about, like, a
I
hymen
like
and
popped
stuff.
my cherry. I'm assuming, and I was like,
Yeah. Yeah, but you had,
I had
no
no-
idea, and that's what's so scary. We're sending these kids out
What
there
did
with
I
zero
just do?
information.
Yeah, we're not taught like abstinence. Back in
Really?
Australia. We're not taught that. We're taught condoms.
Yeah, and you're not taught that sex is scary and that you should stay away from
No,
it.
there's no hint of religion. We're very secular.
Yeah,
in
that's
Australia.
amazing.
Well, I went to a public school, so that's probably why it's like there are Catholic schools, and I'm sure
We're a
the
little
Catholic
bit
schools will
different.
probably be a bit different with their approach to it.
Yeah.
But it's like here's the weird thing I've seen. I don't know if this is just me projecting, but I feel like Americans are obsessed with cream pies.
I don't do them,
And
so
we
I don't
like
know.
so like
Love
coming
that.
in,
Do
coming
you?
in the pussy, whereas we're not in Australia. It doesn't seem that way to me in Australia.
Yeah.
Like because everyone uses condoms. Everyone's afraid of like getting someone
Oh.
pregnant back in Australia, but no one here uses fucking condoms. Everyone's
No.
everyone's just
Yeah.
busting a nut in everyone's pussy for no reason.
Yeah. Oh, I don't take a cream pies. You love them?
I love them.
I don't get it.
I'm terrified of
Why do
them.
people like them
I'm
so
like,
much?
my tubes are tied.
Oh, that's why.
Uh,
That's see. I don't even like.
I find I
won't
think
let it
think coming
happen.
on a girl is sexier than coming
So
in a.
I like that too, though. I like being like my tits being.
Yeah,
covered,
you have
and then I
great
like to
tits.
play, you know.
Happy to oblige.
Thank you.
I
just
just-
redone.
You like-
I just about okay. I was gonna say that because I just saw a movie and you said you were like happy to be a part of it because you had just come out of surgery the day
Yeah,
before.
yeah.
I was like, did she get her boobs redone? When did this happen?
What, like June? I think.
Nice.
June, yeah.
How
Mhm.
you loving them?
I love them.
Yeah. Did you
so
go
much better.
bigger? What
I
did you
went
do?
One size bigger.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. I want to go bigger when I go back too.
And they're just like more proportion. They're,
Oh, good.
You know, even and
You're gonna have to tell me who your doctor is because I'm about to
Right?
re-up
Yes.
in the next year or so.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I'm gonna change these a little, just a tiny bit, just because they're 10 years old at this
Mine
point.
were
It's
too.
just like,
and, like,
yeah,
mine
it's
was,
time.
Like, weird shaped looking.
Oh,
or something.
really?
It was like turning. The implant was like turning. or
Oh
something,
no!
Yeah,
No!
so
You
it's
had to
wild.
like you
So,
had to get
yeah,
it done. It
it was
wasn't like
off.
a yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we are going to move on because we do have questions. That's why I love Alexander being here. He just keeps me on
Keeps you
track.
on track.
He's so
great.
good to me. No. Okay, so we do have messages, questions for our fans. Our first question comes from Andrew, and he has a very interesting sexual curiosities. He says his partner of 7 years is not open to exploring. Is it okay to cheat?
Ooh.
Is it like a deal breaker? You know, is it
Right,
is
that's
it
what I was
is it going to
gonna say.
ruin your
Are
relationship?
you
If
absolutely in love?
Right.
yeah, and is it going to just destroy your relationship if you can't satisfy this fetish?
Also,
Go see a sex worker.
That's what I was about to see, because I always say I just think hire a professional.
Hire an escort.
I don't feel like hiring a professional is cheating, personally.
Yeah, it's like
because you don't know if
that's the
well-
like. There are lots of happily married men who see escorts purely for that exact reason.
Right.
It's like the relationship is fine.
But they love
They
this
don't wanna
person.
ruin
Right.
They don't want to ruin their marriage. They don't want to get a divorce and lose their kids. They just want to experience this particular fetish that they can't experience with their wife because she's not
Right.
into it, which is respectful of her
Yeah.
to not try and force it on
And
her.
sometimes your escort isn't into it either, but she'll do it.
She'll do it for the right price.
Chances are none of them are into it. Just saying. Throwing that out there. Although I had an amazing time in Paris, by the way. Bless his heart.
Oh my God, I love you. Oh my God, that's amazing. Okay, so so they've been together for 7 years though. So yeah, is it going to ruin your relationship? I would say have the open conversation with your
Sure.
partner, because that is first and foremost, but you already know that they're not open to exploring that, it sounds like. So I say call a professional, because I don't consider it cheating, but who do I know?
And that way you're not
Who
like.
am I to say?
If you go see it, here's the thing: if you go see a professional, they're not gonna like. If you tried to like, jump on like Tinder and find a girl to do this particular thing with, like you're trying to start a separate relationship. There,
Yeah.
Whereas with this, it's like purely business.
Just
it's
getting
like,
your sexual needs
get
met
that
and
get
getting
that need
out.
met and move on.
Yeah, because it's hard to walk away from someone in a relationship if you are in love with that person,
Yeah.
So I don't know. Best of luck, Andrew. Try to see a professional. Okay. So the next question is coming from Josh, and he says, I love this. I can't stop thinking about sex. How much is too much? How much is too much,
How
guys?
much is too much?
If you have to masturbate like every single day,
I have to masturbate every single day.
I fucking hate masturbating.
really,
I do.
What?
I get frustrated and I'm sitting there thinking, why am I masturbating right now?
Really?
Fuck. Yeah. Like this morning, actually, I was feeling
Oh, I
that way.
masturbated this morning,
I love
but I
morning sex.
successfully masturbated this morning.
But I only want it from who I want it from, So
Right.
it's not
I
really. That's what
know.
I get frustrated about. I think.
I had
that you
that.
don't have a good dick in you at that moment.
Yeah.
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 You need a good dick.
Yeah.
You need a good
do.
sleepover
You
dick,
are
because
comfortable.
morning
You gotta
sex
feel
is
comfortable
Sleepover
great.
dick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the
I
bonus
don't-
and the bonus there ready to go first thing in the morning.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah.
I don't like when a man leaves after sex. It's quite offensive to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm offended by it. I want you to at least want to stay there.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I feel you.
But in response to this question,
Okay, yeah.
if he's
Yeah.
like, is
back to
it
the
a
girls.
Sorry, back to the question.
is it who's the?
It's a guy.
Oh, it's a guy.
Yeah.
Channel your sexual energy instead. Like if he's constantly just, I'm assuming he's thinking about sex. I'm assuming he's
time.
masturbating a lot. Like it's like a really old school concept, like transmutation of sexual energy for dudes. Like find something to channel that into instead of masturbating.
Got it.
You'll accomplish so much more
Yeah.
in your everyday life if you if you don't fap for 30 days.
Fap.
Don't fap for 30
30
days.
days. I'm Latino. We would die.
I would die.
I went the longest I went was 6
I would
months.
die.
I went 6 months
6
without
months?
without
I don't want to
masturbating.
do that. I don't want to do
Yeah.
that.
And guess what? I got laid more
Oh.
because if you're like
That
if you're
energy's out
you're
there,
a guy
dude.
and,
Yes,
like
your
no you
energy's like,
no seriously
You feel confident about.
you're just like
approaching
fucking
certain
you're a fucking
things.
animal. You want to fuck anything. It's like okay, well it's not helping you by just masturbating all the
Yeah.
time. Let it build up and get frustrated and then go out to a bar and talk to chicks and like.
I feel
like-
like you're about to unleash a madman out on the bars. Like,
We're gonna
what
get
are
in
you
the news.
doing? I know. I'm like,
You're gonna get
don't
sued, just
follow his advice.
Jizzing on people in the bar.
I just say like masturbate a couple times a day, like, and just don't.
But you can, as a guy, you can channel that energy into something productive.
Okay.
Like go to the gym or
All right.
something.
Yeah,
Go to the
like
gym.
start
There you go.
fucking lifting like a madman.
There you go.
You know.
Do something
Release at the
productive
gym.
with it. There you
Yeah.
go. All right.
But
so
if you can do
that's-
that if he can do that for like 30 days, he can like start to become in control.
You're
going
to create a monster out there. Okay, Susanna is our last question, and she says, I hate when my husband watches porn. How do I get him to stop?
He won't stop.
He won't. Don't. Why would you want him to?
I think sometimes women feel threatened.
Oh,
I will
yeah,
say
true.
that I was in a
Uncomfortable.
relationship early on in my 20s, and I remember that I woke up, we lived together, and I remember that I woke up and he was watching porn, and I was so offended because I felt like I wasn't enough for him. Yeah, and we had sex that night, and then I went to bed, and then I woke up to him watching porn, and I was like, what? I wasn't good enough? I couldn't do what you needed? And he was like, no, I just need this, and blah, blah, blah. But I remember being so hurt and so bothered by it.
How ironic that you're now in porn.
I know.
I know, right?
It's come full circle.
It has come full circle.
You're the person. You might be the person that he's masturbating.
So what I would maybe
Right?
my advice to Susanna is, first off, have the conversation with him and why he needs that extra. But maybe instead of having him stop watching porn, maybe you figure out what I was going to say, what you
that's
enjoy
interesting.
together, and you kind of figure out
Watch
what
it together.
porn
Yeah,
is
that's-
good for both of you.
Yeah.
You know,
Also, guys just need variety.
I do agree with
It's like
that.
bi-
So
it's
do
like a-
women,
It's a
though.
biological. But it's the biological urge for men to fuck everything is
Yeah.
far stronger.
Short attention span too.
yeah.
The visual,
Yeah.
is way more important to us.
Okay.
You know, it's just.
So Susanna, that's what he's telling you.
It's
So he
better. Is
just
it like
needs to
would you
see-
rather he go out and cheat on you,
Right.
or would
that's
you rather he
true.
just gets that out of his system?
Yeah.
Very true.
Yeah.
You know.
That's why I say porn. I've learned so much being in it because I had so many preconceived notions before I got into it. And I used to think the same things, like, oh my God, those people are so dirty. Like, what a dirty industry. Like, how would you want to be into
Slut.
it? Yeah. Yeah, I totally did.
Oh my gosh.
I totally did, honestly. And if you would have told me, like, even 6 months before I get into porn that I would have been into porn, I would have been so offended. I would have been like, I would never.
Oh, so what was your breaking point then? What changed? What
What made you
yeah.
crack?
Something
Yeah.
made you.
Yeah, my
like,
breaking was I had come out to LA to be a stand-up comedian, and I was didn't have a
struggle was real,
job.
huh?
Yeah, I didn't have a job, and I had saved up all this money. But the week I came to move, I got a DUI in Kansas, where I'm from. So all the money I had saved went to my DUI. So I moved to LA with next to no money, and of course my rent was $2,000 a month. And I got a job working at a construction company during the day during their books, and I was bartending at night. And I wasn't doing any comedy. And I was like, what am I doing? The whole reason I moved to LA was to do stand-up comedy, and I'm not doing it at all. And a girlfriend who isn't doing porn anymore, but she came to live with me, and she was doing porn. And I saw her for a week. She made like $10,000 in a week. And I was like, oh my God, I got to do porn. Like, I'm struggling so hard. And I was like, if I could just make a few porns a month, I could support myself doing comedy. And that's exactly what I did.
That
And
sounds
I've
similar.
supported my comedy career for the past 5 years, you know,
That's awesome.
working in porn. And then I found out I loved it, you know? So,
That's cool.
all right, guys, enough about me. But that is our show. That's it. We did
Wow,
it.
that
We
went
made it.
super
Rachel
fast.
That
was
was really
so
quick.
nervous.
That was
Rachel
really
was so
fast.
nervous to
So
start
great.
the show.
Let's do another one.
Yeah, right? So let's tell the people how they can find you, Rachel. What's your social media
Twitter,
handles?
Rachel Cavalli, and Instagram, official Rachel Cavalli. I have no Snapchat because they are haters. I hate them.
They closed my free
Oh my
one down.
God,
Did they?
I felt like I had withdrawals after it happened.
Yeah.
but
I
I'm over
hate
it now,
Snapchat. I hate
so
using it, so I never started with.
Filters, goodbye.
So,
So, and then my OnlyFans, Rachel Cavalli. Sign up,
Yes.
get signed up.
yes, because that's where you'll find our content.
Right, exactly.
Sterling, where can they find you?
Twitter at Sterling Cooper X. Sterling spelled STIRLANG. Instagram is backwards of that at Cooper Sterling. And then my OnlyFans, if you happen to be gay or bisexual, is OnlyFans.com.
Or straight,
I mean, but it's all the content is geared on my OnlyFans towards my gay
Okay.
friends. So lots of my a lot of my
lot of your
asshole,
butt.
a lot of my butt, mostly
Got
my
it.
butt.
I'm a fan of that.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, thank
You
you.
have a nice ass.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
And we're
Well,
gonna
that's
make
what
a
you should go check
porno. All right, guys.
Right?
Thank you so much for another amazing episode, and we'll catch you later. Have a good one. Thanks for tuning in for another episode of Sexy Funny Raw. Find us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Sexy Funny Raw. Watch and listen to all of our episodes at sexyfunnyraw.com, making the airwaves sexy one show at a time. Until next time, stay sexy, bitches. This is Sexy Funny Raw, the podcast with me, adult film star and comedian Sylvia Sage. Here to discuss what you've only dared to ask Google. Undress, unzip, and unwind. The party starts now. And it is a party, you guys. Welcome back to another episode of Sexy Funny Raw. I'm your host, Sylvia Sage, and I am joined